A thread by Carlos Osuida. Joe Jorgensen tweets, "It is not enough to be passively not racist. We must be actively anti-racist. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag vote gold." This is why I was never a libertarian. Look at these tweets from Joe Jorgensen, the Libertarian Party presidential candidate. And then the second tweet, hashtag Black Lives Matter means standing in solidarity with a mourning Black community as we fight together to end qualified immunity, police brutality, sentencing disparities, and the war on drugs, and not the support of any organization by that name. Okay. The libertarians support totalitarianism. I always knew that under the right circumstances they'd come clean. And now they finally have. How did I know that libertarians are totalitarians? Because they view themselves as the only people fit to govern. Also, the road to the libertarian utopia is paved with corpses. It's an utterly inhumane ideology that places zero value on human life. Libertarians coined the term sheeple to describe those who disagree. Ever debated a libertarian? They immediately get hostile. I can debate anyone on any topic without losing my cool. Libertarians have all the emotional and intellectual traits of totalitarians, so I always knew that they are totalitarians. And now they've dropped the mask. Black Lives Matter has the most rigidly controlled social agenda of any American political movement. There's a video that a guy made live streaming the Seattle PD going into CHOP. It's absolutely useless because he won't stop talking, and he covered the screen in silent movie type intertitles, and he added music. But there was one interesting aspect. BLM leaders were running around telling people, don't mess with these guys, they're for real. All the gunmen in CHOP disappeared the night before. And I'll tell you what else happened. Delta Force operators appeared out of nowhere in the hangouts of the BLM leaders and told them the facts of life. BLM are opportunists, not fanatics. The foot soldiers are fanatics, but they're easily managed, as evidenced by the whisking away of all the gunmen. But the leaders have to be convinced that they themselves are facing massive personal costs. Donald Trump isn't kidding around. You need to understand the military mindset. For the first time in over a century, they get to defend the country on American soil. An unambiguous war of right versus wrong. Nobody is being sent overseas, and they're not being asked to kill American citizens. This is a perfect opportunity for our troops to do what they were meant to do. BLM are brown shirts. They terrorize. For the Libertarian Party to support them proves that, like everyone else they criticize, libertarians just want power. Not power to liberate, power to oppress. Libertarianism, as a political ideology, maximizes individual freedom. Therefore, no real libertarian could support BLM. The BLM agenda is anathema to liberty, pure social engineering down to the nuclear family, which BLM wants to abolish. Quote, "We disrupt the Western prescribed nuclear family structure requirement by supporting each other as extended families and villages that collectively care for one another, especially our children, to the degree that mothers, parents, and children are comfortable." From What We Believe, blacklivesmatter.com. I never met a happy libertarian. It's clear now that Trump's Judas goats are everywhere. The Libertarian Party has lost its mind. Supporting BLM is political suicide, but the Libertarian Party thinks that Biden is going to win. People who should know better have been fooled. I approve. Good for you, Donald John Trump. the most ruthless, pro-American strategist who ever lived. Take no prisoners. You warned them all, multiple times. I watched your roundtable today. Oh, the stories I could tell you. Here's the greatest irony from the Trump era. Your enemies insist that you're a paper tiger. So who do they themselves worship? Paper tigers. Wearing the costume of a paper tiger allows a 700-pound Bengal to do pretty much whatever it wants. Want to kiss me, ducky? The Trump era shows us that cognitive rigidity is a much bigger problem than we ever imagined. But I like to know who I'm really dealing with, so I'm okay with seeing how many people are off their rockers. And they're a minority. The next time a member of the Libertarian Party attempts to engage you, just smile and walk away. They celebrate liberty by embracing totalitarianism. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. George Orwell never actually believed that his masterwork would become reality, and he never imagined that it would be used as an instruction manual. Rest easy, though. Trump is the most radical political thinker in human history. Your disbelief is a lagging indicator. You'll come around.